No, no, no. You don't have to lose it. I guess there's no other way to say it. Losing sales sucks. I mean, it sucks, doesn't it? You know, you work really hard and you do lots of cool things for your customer and you put in all the work and the effort and you do what other people won't do and couldn't do, and you really try to figure out ways to make your customer happy. And you're ready to close the sale and everything looks lined up, and then all of a sudden, it's gone. You lose it. Man, I just hate that. And losing sales, I mean, it happens to all of us. And it doesn't matter how good we are. I mean, sometimes, we lose a sale just because the customer says no. And other times, we can lose the sale when we're in the middle of the process of, going through whatever we do to consummate the sale. Sometimes we even lose sales after the contract's signed. Sometimes customers are a jerk, you know that one. And sometimes something just happens. But gosh, losing sales is horrible. Still, it happens to the best of us. It happens to you. Sometimes it happens to me. But even though we might lose a sale, that doesn't mean that we have to lose. I've learned that when you're losing a sale, it's not the end of the world. And it's also not the end of the sale. In fact, I've also learned that many times when you lose a sale or you're in the process of losing it, there's some actions you can take to turn the situation around. I'll take it even one step further. I strongly believe that even if you're in the process of losing a sale, you can profit from every selling interaction you have almost all of the time. Yes, that's true. Anytime we have a selling situation or a selling relationship that we create, we can profit from it. As long as we understand a few secrets that I've developed over the years to make sure that we can profit from every time we meet with a customer, regardless of whether we close them the first time we meet with them. Now, I'm going to share these secrets with you, but first there are a few things I want to share with you as well, and these are 4 rules that you need to remember and never violate when you are losing a sale. Number 1, think. Yes, think. You know how it goes. You're in the process of losing a sale if you lost a sale, and you lose your mind. You say things you normally wouldn't say, or you do things you normally wouldn't do. All I'm suggesting is before you do something you're going to regret, take a moment to pause and think out your strategy. Think out your steps of how to proceed with the relationship. Number 2, very important thing never to do when you're losing a sale, and that is to overreact emotionally. Now, what I'm not talking about necessarily is freaking out and going crazy. I'm also talking about the subtleties too. For example, if a customer looks you in the eye and says, "We're not going to work with you," your face might respond like this. And they see that. And that's going to make them feel uncomfortable, feel nervous, and it might adversely affect your relationship with them in the future. The third thing that you want to make sure that you never do when you're losing a sale is giving away the store. Don't start just dropping your price or giving away concessions just because the customer has told you that they're not going to work with you or they might work with somebody else. I mean, look, they've changed their mind already. They might change it back 24 hours later. Keep that in mind. And this brings me to the 4th and most important thing always to remember when you're losing a sale, and that is to make sure that you always leave the customer better than you found them. Very important, because if you're going to be able to recover sales and profit from every single selling situation, you need to remember that a sale is not just a one-time deal. It's not a one-time interaction. It's something that has a lifetime relationship behind it. So let's go ahead and take a look at my secrets. Secret number 1, decide to save the sale if it's worth it. Now, this of course is a judgment call, but I believe in most cases it's probably better to try to save the sale, and it's worth the effort, because if you get to the point where you're going to lose something, you've already got all this time and energy invested in it. Now, what blows my mind is most salespeople, as soon as they hit a problem or a snag, they seem to lose their mind. I mean, come on. If you think you're going to lose a sale, take a step back and maybe you're really not going to lose it. Maybe you're misinterpreting the customer. I mean, come on, heck, you go to buy something. Don't you tell the salesperson 2 or 3 times no, or it's not a good time? And if the salesperson's good, they talk to you a little bit. They try to convince you of some possibilities you didn't think of before. I mean, that's selling. So understand that in most cases, I would even say 75% of the cases, you can probably get the sale back if you try to get it. Now, of course, it's a judgment call. But still, the first thing to do when you think you have lost a sale, take a step back, decide if it's worth it, and try to save it. Secret number 2, when you lose a sale, find out why. Yes, find out why. Ask the customer. Just ask them. Say, hey, look, I'm wondering if you can help me. I understand we're not going to do business, or I understand you're not going to work with our company. Can you tell me why? Now, of course, don't say why, but do it a little bit more smooth, a little bit more diplomatic. And of course, we're not talking about asking this question to people that you haven't built a relationship. I'm talking about people you're losing a sale from. Just ask them, could you help me here? Could you share some reasons why you didn't think our company or our option wasn't the best choice? Now, sometimes people will not answer this openly. Oftentimes they will. I want to do this for 2 reasons. Number 1, I want to learn. Maybe there's something I'm doing that's wrong. Very often it might be the way I'm explaining a new product or service. And I just don't realize I'm doing something that's maybe too aggressive or not detailed enough or maybe kind of a complicated or some way, not understandable by the client. The second reason I want to do it is so that I understand how to approach them in the future. Because remember, I said that we can profit from all of our selling relationships and all of our selling interactions in some way. Because just because you lost the sale now does not mean that relationship is dead forever.
This episode continues next week on Sold. Here's a sneak preview.
And then they end up buying from another competitor. But if you had stayed in touch with them and monitored the situation, very often you will still be able to get the sale or... Secret number 4, thank them. Yeah, I'm serious. Thank them for screwing you and not buying from you. And what are they telling me? They're inviting me to come help them solve the problem. In fact, they're asking me to help them with their situation. And they're asking me to sell them. That goes a long way. And not only that, it shows people that you're different and you're better than your competition.
Don't miss it.